Oh my god! There they are!
Wait, you can't see my shirt.
Stand up then.
Oh, EDG.
Edward be gaming.
Pick
Let's
her off, pick her off.
go.
Yinsu, there is a real possibility that EDG and FNATIC could meet in the quarterfinals
Is there?
in lock-in. What are you gonna do?
Is there?
Yeah, I mean, sure. What you say? It's possible.
I hope you're not flaming us.
I think it's more possible that Sleek is gonna come out of retirement and be like Fnatic's sixth man than this happening.
What is this?
I know,
Why is
right?
everyone just getting shots?
Yeah.
EDG, I don't know what to expect from these two Chinese teams. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's gonna be, in the nicest of ways, it's gonna be a fiesta. I just don't think they beat 100 Thieves round one. I think if it was any other team in NA, even if it was like a Cloud9 or Sentinels, maybe I could have a bit of copium, but I don't see a world where EDG beats 100 Thieves. So in my mind, I do not see the Fnatic versus EDG at this event. I just don't see it.
I think there's a high chance of Fnatic versus Sentinels though, so that's going to be a banger, I think. I think that's going to be, yeah.
How are you
for
feeling
sure.
about that?
I'm feeling good, you know, like we faced them in the finals, was the last time we played them. Now we get to, it's a completely different team, admittedly, just 10's there. At least we get to face them at the start this time and hopefully get some sweet revenge on the org.
He is kind of the reason that you lost though. He hard Durka diffed on the grand finals, like hard.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
So yeah.
You know, we're just prepping. No time to be thinking about like consequences or anything like that. It's just like, as long as we prep hard and we're confident in terms of like the stuff that we have prepared, then I think we can beat anyone at that event, because it's really starting to click recently. Like obviously when we first started, it was Chronicle getting used to us. It was still kind of integrating Leo as well a bit more. But now like this week has like really started to click. Our map pool and our kind of playbook is actually looking kind of tasty, so I'm looking forward to it. And we still have time. Normally it's like the day before where we're like, okay, maybe we have something going on here, but now we got time to actually kind of iron out even more stuff.
Was it hard to incorporate Harbor into your comms?
Harbor, honestly, I'm a natural at Harbor. Honestly, I've been
Just trying to get him to just drop
every
and
map.
slip.
Yeah. The walls.
Those walls.
Yeah.
No one's gonna be walking through my walls, that's for sure. They'll be drowning.
No.
Got the secret tech. Yeah, but Harbor, I'm not sure how I feel about him, truthfully. Let's be real. I think NA's running him. And I saw FaZe and I was just like, yeah, I think I could actually make some cool strats for this. But they just didn't have the same vision as I thought when I saw them use the comp. I don't think they played it to its full extent on attack side, that's for sure.
You said, you gave me all the, like, as soon as that comp locked in, I asked you, because I think he was at the gym, I was watch partying, and you gave me all the strats, and I was like, okay, and they didn't run a single one that you had said that they should do.
They were doing a lot of default plants on B,
yeah.
and I was like, that's not your comp there, bro. You've got so many walls. It's time to drown them. That's all I'm saying. Karen, flush me, baby. Let's go.
We asked Vanity last week about going up against like one of the tournament favorites, CRX, in the first round, as compared to like, you know, later on in the bracket. Does it make you more nervous going into first round matchup with a tournament favorite?
Oh, Sentinel's the tournament favorite.
Their
No
roster
way,
is
man.
stacked. They got a stacked roster.
Talk your
I'll
shit,
give them
talk
that.
your
Do
shit.
you feel like they've gotten better?
Bro,
Do you
talk
feel like
your
they've
shit.
gotten better?
Let me
Talk your
talk
shit.
it. Let me talk it.
No,
Look,
not
our
about
ball
you,
players
about
better than
Sentinels.
theirs. That's for
Yeah.
sure. I know that. We
Oh,
got Dirk
Dirk.
for Sassy, right? Having to play against Sentinels in the first round, I think it's cool. I'd rather have them than a lower tier team or a
Like?
lower standard team. I'm not saying like, what are you doing here?
So many people are getting collided right now.
Yeah, I know. Play a lower standard team and then lose in the next game against, like, for instance, a Sentinels end. Like, I'm going to this event because I believe that I can win it with my team, you know? We can win it. We believe that we can win it. We want to play everyone possible to make that win even more triumphant, you know? Like, imagine the run you see, like, whoa, they knocked Sentinels out first round. Blimey, 100 Thieves / EDG next. Man, Fnatic were loving that event. You know, like, imagine those talks. So I'm just kind of looking forward to playing again, you know?
You feel like EU is the strongest region going into lock-in?
I still do think...
I know there's some bias here.
No.
I still think...
NA is the strongest region, for sure.
I still think EMEA is the strongest region.
you can't-
We got
No.
Na'Vi still. We got us.
No, I'm including like Lev and Loud and Furia and like NA as in like your
Okay,
like
so not the
franchise.
Americans.
Yeah,
Ooh.
the Americans are 100% better than EU because there's some bots. I
Ooh.
don't want to.
No, let's explain.
Slinky
No,
Who are the bots?
Slinky knows, Slinky said no.
Yeah.
Who are the
What do you
bots?
mean to this?
Swiggy,
No.
back me up.
I
Back me
think
up,
everyone's
Swiggy.
incredible.
No,
Swiggy,
no,
back
no,
me up.
Yinsu, this is for
No,
you.
I-
What's going on in the
You guys
bottom of EMEA? Because I have no idea. Like, how good are some of these teams at
Gutters.
the bottom of E EMEA?
I feel like there's some real dark horses, but then there's some real, like, I have no idea. Like, actually zero knowledge, zero info, zero expectations. But then there's a couple of teams I feel like people are just not gonna take notice. Like Vitality. I think Vitality are gonna do good, but no one's talking about them.
We got X amount of days to the first batch of teams play. I think some
10 days.
EMEA teams won't be ready for that first batch fully with a full map pool. But for the second batch, I think most of the EMEA teams will be ready by then with a decked out enough map pool. That's what I think right now. From quality of scrims, I think ideas are there going, and like obviously we got good players. There's no doubt about that. It's just about whether are we going to be able to kind of get all our stuff together and perform well. I don't know what it's like for NA, but that's how I think EMEA is right now. I think they're good, but we're not looking like, oh sheesh, like we're going to be unreal.
So Loud's over, right? Loud's over here doing a boot camp. Have you played them at all?
No.
Does that change your opinions on
We-
the kind of NA region?
We didn't want to play Loud because obviously Sentinels has 2 Brazilians in it. For us at FNATIC, we still think that some teams share like information.
Who?
Like I'm not calling out now, but like for instance, us, we never talk to any other teams, but even teams think we do.
Yeah, but Minnie doesn't
For
want
me
anyone
and
to
Minnie,
win.
it's very
Yeah.
important that we can keep our competitive integrity throughout anything. So we don't share anything, we don't talk to anyone, but we have a feeling that some teams do that. We don't want to play versus teams / players that could potentially do that, or we don't want to show too much against them. So it doesn't make sense to play against Loud.
It's interesting you said that because I remember when I was still competing and Steele and I were teammates, that was something that was pretty rampant where we knew which teams are really close to other teams, which players are really close friends to other players. And like these people would record our scrims and send our VODs of scrims to the other teams to try and mess with us, you know? And it happened more frequently than a lot of people probably realized. Once it got out, you know, teams are doing that, then you do like kind of blacklist them. It's like, we're not scrimming against such team anymore. Like that is something obviously that happens in the EU as well, I would imagine.
We had a scandal where there was like a Discord server where they were actively selling. It was like a tier 3.
God.
I think it was a tier 3, tier 2 player who was actively like recording his POV and then just selling it to like anyone that will buy it. We did have that scandal.
Don't tell him about my Discord channel. I earned so much there.
Oh my
No
god.
joking.
Is Boaster running the crypto throwing Discord too? I knew it.
Yeah,
You're the one, you were specifically ruining North American rank.
that's true.
I noticed you guys don't really play a lot of the tier 1 teams though. When I was looking at your scrims, I was like, oh, these guys aren't scrimming the same people we are.
At events, we dodge people at events, but generally, yeah. We normally look at the group stages and be like, all right, they're in that bracket. Do we think they're going to get out or not? And then if we think that maybe they might not get out, then we'll probably go for them because then we're still getting that kind of one ping prac experience, but also not jeopardizing ourselves potentially if we have to play them.
We were talking to Gustavo earlier about who thinks is going to win. He picked Leviathan, even over the Brazilian teams. There's a huge rivalry for Brazil. What teams, besides yourself, of course, have the best chances of win? Who's been impressing you?
I will also have to agree with Leviathan because of the kind
me
of
too.
history of the coach owner in terms of like what he did for Crew that one time, how he helped them to kind of succeed. And then he obviously went to Leviathan after and how much they improved as well. I don't know if it was just him or like the other coach as well, because there was another coach always kind of with him paired. So I do think Leviathan are definitely up there. From NA, there is definitely like an NA team. I don't
100
know what
Thieves.
Scrim Bucks is like. I don't know if 100 Thieves can do it yet.
I feel like they're the obvious favorite.
Because
I think they're still young gunners.
Wait.
But they could
I
prove
think
me
they're
wrong.
due for like a mistake. They're due to trip up in a series.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel that way about the other NA teams, not them.
I don't know. I just think I don't know.
What
yet.
about C9? I mean, for a lot of people in NA, they are the team.
I don't think C9 because like from seeing them at the obviously it was like early
that
days.
vanity?
But I
I'm
don't
gonna do
know.
vanity like that. We're gonna get a
Yeah, I know
call
you're
in a
here.
second. Yeah, we're gonna
You
Hear
Really
this?
like that?
Motivational. Put it on the whiteboard
Yeah,
right
but
now.
Actually, I do think Cloud9, 100 Thieves.
Yeah, Cloud9's gonna win the whole thing.
Expected to win it. If they don't,
think-
what is going
Now
on?
you get
I
it.
think the Cloud9 players having to play off-roll is what concerns me more, and also Chamber nerf, like it's basically a yay nerf. I have more question marks about Cloud9 than I do about NRG and 100 Thieves.
Yeah, I think honestly this meta is my favorite type of meta. I don't think it suits Paper X, so I don't see them like roles wise. I'm trying to see like what roles they would do, and it's conflicting roles. Same with Cloud9, like you need to have those set kind of roles. We did originally have people kind of swapping roles depending on what map. and it just doesn't work. I don't think you need consistency in that kind of play style. You don't have enough time to learn all the intricacies of your agent. Otherwise, there's like things that a Sova can do that another person playing Sova with less time won't be able to do, just based off like timing of info and stuff. It's just really important.
From playing Sentinels, Energy, Cloud9, 100 Thieves,
Here we go. This is why
Screw bucks.
definitely feel like
we've all forgotten.
I definitely feel like Sentinels and Energy are stronger to play against than 100 Thieves and Cloud9 and EG. But like Energy and Sentinels were definitely like innovating. Like they were trying newer stuff, and then just like the players were like really just gelling well, it looked like. Like 100 Thieves, I agree with Boaster. It's like they're more likely to trip up in like an important moment. That would be more devastating, obviously. I don't think it's as likely to happen against Sentinels. And then even NRG, they sometimes do that like whole like choke first map first series thing. So like that's like always a possibility, but in general they're always like also pretty layered in terms of like depth to their strats and their game plan and everything.
They don't have to play Talon first, so they're fine. I feel like they just throw her against Xersha, they just throw her against X10, they throw her against all those like sushi boys. Has their number. Koi though, I think they beat Koi. I think Koi is one of those teams that you mentioned that might not just be ready with a full map pool by then, because like they've had barely any time. I think Starkso wasn't even really scrimming with them until like January, for example. And they're like a full new team. They're not like we had a core 3, let's bring in like 2 people, core 4 change 1 person. That's just like plucking different players from different teams and shoving them together. I think they're going to be good by VCT EMEA, but I don't think they beat NRG.